Hello and welcome to the Fast Track Travel Clinic with me, Simon Calder, and let's start with an issue that I know concerns a lot of Fast Track viewers. You fly to America and then spend an age standing in line for the immigration inspection. After a long wait at Orlando Airport in Florida, Rudy Kuna emails from Israel to ask for
a list of US airports that offer shorter queues and friendlier staff.
Rudy, I can't make any promises about the friendliness of the staff, but you could wade through the figures provided online by US Customs and Border Protection for leading American airports. Unfortunately, there's no actual league table, but a better plan: smart timing. At the major gateways such as Orlando, New York, Chicago and Los Angeles, the heaviest pressure is in the afternoon, when waves of flights arrive simultaneously. Choose a departure that arrives early or late in the day, and you should be through in minutes rather than hours. Better still, choose a connecting point in a country where US-bound passengers are pre-cleared by American officials before departure. Ireland and Canada are the nations of choice. Touch down in, say, Dublin or Toronto, go through US formalities, and you'll be treated as a domestic passenger when you reach your final destination. For Jacqueline Lanertz, flying from Australia to Arizona, it wasn't the welcome that worried her when flying to America with United Airlines, but the condition of her luggage, specifically a surfboard. United Airlines tells me this was an unusual incident in that you didn't spot the damage until you'd returned home rather than reporting it at the airport. I understand you've now been offered a $200 travel certificate which you've accepted, and in future check your luggage before you leave the airport. Rohan in Malta is concerned about the fares being charged from his home island on code share routes such as
Malta to Brussels, where on occasions the fare is higher than a flight from London to Australia. Surely European airline rules should ensure fair pricing.
Code sharing, where the operating airline allows another carrier to sell a particular flight under its own code, is getting more widespread. You're concerned about the Air Malta Flight 420, which masquerades as Brussels Airline Flight 4002. Some flights with the big alliances can carry 4 or 5 codes, causing overcrowding on airport departure screens. But that's a rather separate issue to a route flown by only one airline. All the traveller can do is find an alternative, which in this case could involve a change of planes in Rome, or flying from Malta to a more competitive destination such as London and taking the train from there. European airline rules don't insist on competition. Indeed, there are hundreds of routes with only one airline, but they are designed to make it easy for rival carriers to start up if they see excess profits being made on a particular service. Finally, the 15-year-old son of Graham from the UK is lucky enough to be going to a boarding school on Vancouver Island in Western Canada. Naturally, Graham wants to visit frequently, but he says, Graham, you're fortunate to be starting in Britain, which is really the world hub of aviation with competitive fares to almost anywhere. The main gateway for the island is the city of Vancouver, but Seattle in the US state of Washington is another possibility. Both have ferry connections to Vancouver Island. You'll pay the very highest fares at the start and end of school terms, particularly at Christmas, New Year and Easter, with a peak right through the summer too. For the lowest fares, travel on a Tuesday or Wednesday outside vacation times in winter. And besides the obvious airlines, British Airways and Air Canada, consider the independent Canadian carrier Air Transat and US airlines that offer cheap deals if you're prepared to change planes along the way. Well, that's all we've got time for in this session of the Fast Track Travel Clinic. From me, Simon Calder, bye for now and see you next time. Later on the Fast Track Travel Clinic, what's the best strategy for avoiding queues for immigration when you touch down in the US?